Hello and welcome to the Crochet Business School podcast. I'm Kelly Thomas, the Crochet Profit Queen, and I'm going to show you how you can make a living from your crochet while avoiding the burnout and being able to make what you want and when you want. Is Tailwind worth it for crocheters? So Tailwind is a scheduling program, and it originally started out as just being for Pinterest. It's evolved a lot since then, but I use Tailwind primarily for Pinterest, and it's a scheduling tool. And it helps you schedule your pins more efficiently, and so saves you time from doing it manually yourself. But is it really worth it? Well, that depends on what you're getting out of it. For me, I love Tailwind. I couldn't use Pinterest without it. I did try. So I've used Tailwind for years for my pattern business at Froggy Frog and loved it. But when I started Crochet Business School, I decided to give the spreadsheet method a go. So Tailwind has been getting a lot of flack in the last couple of years about how it's too expensive for what it gives, and that using a spreadsheet with Pinterest native scheduler is far more efficient and it saves you money. So I thought, okay, I'll give it a go. And what a disaster. It was not for me. So the idea is that you keep a spreadsheet of all your pins and all your boards, and you keep track of which pin you've pinned to each board when you've done it. And you use Pinterest native scheduler, which is free, to schedule those pins in. It's you've got to be really super organized to keep that spreadsheet going, because you need to make sure that you are not spamming your boards. So if Pinterest sees you pinning the same pin to multiple boards at the same time or very close together, it's going to think you're spamming. And that means it will push your pins further down the feed. That's if it allows them into the feed at all. So you've got to spread everything out. You can't pin the same pin too often. Again, that affects how you appear in the feed. And ideally, you want to schedule them at the optimal time for your audience when they're online and looking through Pinterest. Doing that with a spreadsheet alone is really hard work, and Pinterest native scheduler is really slow. It just takes time to get everything loaded. And for me, I didn't have the time, and nor did I have the patience or the organizational willpower to keep that all organized and running properly. I never got above 500 views a month on Pinterest using that method. So I went, nope, scrap that. And I went back to Pinterest. I went back to Tailwind for my Pinterest. And I put all my pins in there into Tailwind. Got it done twice as fast as I was doing the spreadsheet thing. Tailwind gave me optimal times to post for my audience. I got them all scheduled in and left it to it. And I quickly doubled the impressions I was getting each month, and it continued to grow. So for me, Tailwind is an absolute godsend when it comes to my Pinterest strategy, because for me, Pinterest is a massive part of my marketing. It makes up 25%, well, over 25% of all traffic that goes to my website. That's for Crochet Business School. And actually, my pattern business is similar. It's the second biggest traffic driver after Google, which is a massive piece of traffic. So I've got to make sure that my Pinterest strategy works. And that's why I use Tailwind. Yes, it does cost. There is a free plan you can start out on, but because of the number of pins I use, I have to use a paid plan. But it pays for itself because of the amount of traffic it drives to my website and the income that brings me. So, on the face of it, it looks expensive, but it's paying for itself with the amount of sales it gives me. So that's something to bear in mind. The cost is worth it if it pays for itself. Tailwind saves me time because I can load up my pins faster than ever using Tailwind. And I have complete control over when those pins go out. I can choose which boards they go out on. I can choose how many days or weeks gap I want between the pins going out so they're not too close together. And Pinterest just schedules it all for me. It handles videos. It handles image pins. It can do the lot. And the features have kept on growing. So Tailwind is now no longer just for Pinterest. It has a really, it's a quite neat Instagram feature. So do you know on Instagram, you cannot put a link in a post unless, you're one of their influencer, I think it's over 10,000 followers or something like that. You cannot put links into the post. With Tailwind, if you click on the link in bio that Tailwind gives you, it will mirror your Instagram feed. So the person who's clicked sees your grid and they can click on the picture of the post they're interested in and it will use that as a link to take them where you want to go, which is a really neat feature. And it means that you can link every Instagram post to a piece of content or to a product. You can write all your descriptions for Instagram. You can schedule your Instagram in Tailwind now. And it's also a complete marketing solution. This is what it advertises itself as now, is a complete marketing team, because it gives you ideas for social posts. It allows you to schedule your posts and it will push them out. It also integrates with Facebook as well. And it now has an email marketing feature. It's now incorporating AI, so you can generate social media post captions and Pinterest descriptions. And you can create graphics within Tailwind with their Create feature. You load up your photos and it will create graphics for you that you can share on social media. So there's an absolute ton of features that Tailwind has now. But is it worth it for crocheters? Well, yes, if you're using it right. Because Tailwind will give you the ease of use, but unless the content you're putting out is written properly and has pictures and graphics that will appeal to your audience, it won't work. It goes around any tool. If you don't, if the information you put into it is not geared towards your audience and that they are going to find appealing, it won't work. Tailwind is a scheduling tool. It can give you ideas on what to post. It can have AI help you write your descriptions. But it's as the old saying goes, rubbish in, rubbish out. You have to put the right, good stuff in for it to do the job for you. But if you're struggling to schedule content, if you're struggling to find the time to get it all done, you can do it all in one place in Tailwind. For me, it's massively worth it because Pinterest is a big, big part of my marketing strategy. I rely on Pinterest to drive that traffic. I need to make my Pinterest strategy as efficient as possible, and Tailwind does that for me. I've tried doing the spreadsheet method. I've tried using Pinterest native scheduler. Did not get on with it. It was awful, but Tailwind has come to my rescue. I've used it for years and I will keep on using it because it pays for itself. It will sell your crochet. It will drive traffic to your patterns, to your blogs, to your YouTube video, to your newsletter list. You can change the link to whichever place you want to send that traffic to. You just have to make sure that you use appealing graphics, appealing pictures, have descriptions that draw people in and make them want to click. Tailwind can help you write those, but ultimately you are responsible for making sure that they're clickable, that people want to find out more and discover more about what you offer. Tailwind is totally worth it if you are short on time and if you struggle with the organisation that you need to use the spreadsheet method. If you have plenty of time on your hands to do that and you've got the organisational willpower, then Tailwind probably isn't for you, because you could do that yourself. But Tailwind saves me a massive amount of time. It saves me a massive headache in figuring out all this organisational stuff. I can upload my pins in bulk and just have a couple of evenings a month. I sit down and schedule my pins. That's all I use it for, a couple of evenings a month, and it just goes. Does its thing, and I can forget about it until the next month. That is what makes it worth it for me. It drives traffic both for my patterns and Crochet Business School. For my pattern side of my business, I have other things as well. So it drives traffic to YouTube. It drives traffic to my Ravelry shop. It drives traffic to my website, to my email list. I send my traffic to all different links. And it works. So if you are struggling to get your Pinterest off the ground, if you're struggling to get your social media scheduled and you need writing ideas for your descriptions and your post content, give Tailwind a try. You can try it for free. I've got an affiliate link in the show notes, and give it a go. You've got nothing to lose by trying, but their plans are pretty reasonable to begin with. And like I said, they have a free trial, well, a free plan, but it's very limited. So it just gives you a chance to get to know how it works. Will it work for you if you want it to? Yes, it will. Will it work if you're half-hearted about it? Not so much. So it's got to be something that you're willing to use to maximum effect. But it can pay for itself if you use it the way it was intended. So I would definitely recommend giving it a go, especially if Pinterest is a big part of your strategy. But, Tailwind is no longer just about Pinterest. It's about social media in general, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and now email marketing, and has tools to help you with your content as well. So it's well worth a look. So go check it out. So thank you for listening. And as always, any questions, please do come over to the Facebook group and let me know what you think about Tailwind. Do you use it? Have you heard any recommendations? Or have you used the spreadsheet method instead? Maybe there's another method that you use to get your Pinterest strategy going. I'd love to hear what that is. The link is in the show notes to our Facebook community. Come and have a chat with us and let us know. So thanks for listening, and I shall see you next time for the next episode. Bye for now.